What else can I show you guys? The pads and yeah, sub bass is the only thing in MIDI that I still have, just because there's no point in balancing it down to audio right now because I don't know how much more the bass line is going to change, so there's no point, you know, the MIDI is going to have to get rearranged anyway, so there's no point to balance it down right now. I recently started saving all of my projects in zip files just because I used to save my project files, just, you know, have one save and then another save and another save just as FLPs. And I ended up with it, over the years I ended up with this huge mess, and it took me like a week to clean this mess, and I ended up just balancing every project down, and within that zip file is all the samples that are in the song instead of it pulling it from different places. And you just go to export and you can go to zip loop package. Word of caution when you do this: if you have a sample called 1, or yeah, let's say you have a sample called 1 in your project, and then let's say you're pulling samples from your library. So let's say you have the drum sample you have is 1 for the kick, it's called 1, right? And then you go to pull a growl from your growl folder, and you name that growl 1 when you created it. When you pull that 1 growl and put it into the project that has the 1 kick, it will go into it, but when you save it into the zip folder and you reopen it, what's probably going to happen is it's going to replace the 1 growl with the 1 kick. So that's what happened with my unwind sweep here. It was just called 1 when I designed it, and it was replaced with another 1 that I threw in here, which I ended up deleting anyway. So to fix that, all you have to do is actually rename it. When I create sounds, I lazily just name them 1, 2, 3, 4 for each sound, so on and so forth. But obviously that's going to be an issue now, so I have to actually go back into all of my sound design folders and rename them, like 1 growl, 2 growl, 1 squeaky, 2 squeaky. Yeah, I haven't done that, so that's something else I have to do. So yeah, just some words of caution for you guys. Anyway, I think we are caught up on everything. Oh yeah, before we continue, one more cool thing is this, these mixer presets come with every version of FL Studio. If you go in here, you can open this and I'll have a bunch of different ones. What I like to do is just delete them all, and I have my own that I have set up. So I have the first one here, which is what I would start out with. So I have 0 standard first. And this is the basics of what I need when I'm first getting started. I have a compressor, I have a EQ, I have another EQ which is kind of like just a safety net, you know, so I can really get rid of any additional frequencies that I really don't need, and then a limiter so that, you know, I'm not clipping. And then after something gets sampled down to audio, then I put it back on a fresh new empty mixer track. And then I add in standard 0 standard last. And what this is this is a little bit different here. This is just another EQ and another EQ, but these are just what I call safety nets. They're not really going to get touched because everything's been EQ'd already. Now that it's in audio, these are just, this one is actually a safety net, and this one is just kind of to also kind of get rid of any extra frequencies that kind of snuck through maybe in the low end and they don't belong there, so I can get rid of those. And then again a limiter so it doesn't clip, and then sausage fattener. And sausage fattener is just basically compression and saturation, and sometimes I will throw that on the finished sound, but the finished sound has already been compressed, so this is just to kind of give it a little more oomph if it's needed. A lot of my sounds that I compress are already super loud, so I barely ever need to use any sausage fattener. Then also have a blank here in case I just don't need anything at all. And then of course one for the master, but I have the master set up anyway from starting a new project file. It's going to be adjusted at the end as the final master anyway. So we'll go ahead and start moving forward now by getting rid of all of these mixer states that we do not need. And I'm going to set them up right now because I'm probably going to need a lot more mixers. This is quite a small project so far. I'm only at 20, a measly 19 mixer states, so we should be good. Maybe I'll go up to 40. Such a pain setting up all of these mixers like this, and there is a kind of, I thought there would be a way around this. You can, for example, have 50 of them set up right from the first starting template, so that way they're there and they're ready to go. But, of course, this is FL Studio, and there's always a catch. Problem with this is, here, I can show you real quick. So, if we open up Plugin Picker, and we want to, say we have a fresh project here, right? And I don't know, I want to throw in a synth. I want to throw in, I don't know, Massive. Let's throw in Massive. You can just take Massive and put it on a new track, and it will connect everything together, which is really convenient. That's what you want. So that way you don't have to send it to the mixer yourself and then rename it first and then send it to the mixer. So even if you rename it now, I want to call this Wobble. Alright? Call it Wobble and we'll put it green. Now, alright, cool. Guess what? It renamed it on everything, including the channel rack and the mixer. So far so good. That's really convenient. The downside is that it will not put it on your tracks that you set up already. It sees that these tracks are already in use, so it goes to the first blank one. So alright, then you want to put your mixer state on there, and then it's just going to erase the name. So then you have to rename it, and yeah, that sucks. That completely sucks. But alright, I want to delete everything from that. But yeah, that's that, guys. Just some little insights on how I set up the mixers and everything. Yeah, let's move forward, continue, and see how far along we can get in this song.